Hi
Hi.
guys, how are you? Obviously this show is very character driven, but it is also sort of playing with I think the audience's mind when it comes to genre because the minute we hear plane crash, everyone goes to a show like Lost, and then you're watching this, you're like, no, this is very emotional and the opposite of what I think of when I think of plane crash.
Yeah.
And so for you guys, I want to know what kind of like excited you about the show in the first place and made you want to be a part of it.
I was really excited about the idea of exploring grief and exploring grief looking so different on different people, and the idea of healing through community or finding wholeness through community, and um, that we need connection with each other in order to process big life changes. And just the celebration of life not turning out the way you think it's going to, but that not being a bad thing, not being something to celebrate, and
Mhm.
inherently alive. And that I thought Jason did a really beautiful job with that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's much left for me to say. I mean, that was a really good answer.
Thank you, Colin.
But I thought there was a lot of important messages in the show, and I really loved the storyline. I thought it was really inspiring, and it just seemed like a great project overall. And I loved being a part of it too. So, sorry.
No, it was great. Awesome. And you also get to have Colin, my one of my favorite TV and Broadway dads as your dad on the show, even though I've had to watch Brian Darcy James die way too many times for my liking. But in a show like this, where it is very you have to make those quick relationships with your parents, and then obviously your aunt becomes the one that you have to turn to the most. How
Right.
is it for you as a young actor to kind of like balance making those relationships and making them as believable as we got to see them be in the series?
Oh, that's good. That's a really good question. Well, I mean, it wasn't hard trying to connect with them. They're both really what's the word, hospitable.
Hospitable.
They're both really accepting people, and they're really easy to talk to. And first of all, Brian Darcy, after we finished, we went to go see him in Into the Woods, because he got to continue that once he was done filming. He was great in that, and I love that. I love that Broadway musical. But you know, I think as an actor, making connections or like trying to make them seem as realistic as possible on camera, um, is not that hard, because I mean, I feel like a lot of actors, they're really open and nice, and it's not really a challenge to try and connect with someone, at least for me. Sorry.
You're good at it.
Well,
You're good at connecting.
so are you. Thank you.
There we go.
Sorry.
Yep. Listen, I completely agree with you about Into the Woods too. I love Brian Darcy
Wow.
James as the baker. But Taylor, it is so nice to see you kind of. I've seen you do a lot of comedy because I obviously Orange is the New Black, and I've seen the Overnight, and I so you
Oh, yeah.
kind of have a history of comedy, but seeing you have this more very grounded performance was really nice to see. Is that something you kind of just like doing and surprising audiences with, just tackling different kinds of it's weird to say genres, but like different types of roles to kind of keep us on our toes, as it was.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just really think about myself when I'm thinking about art, and I'm just thinking what would be, what's available for me to work on and what would be kind of fun to explore. And I was really interested in this, this, this world where we're processing change that no one wanted, but
Mhm.
dealing with.
Yeah. I can't wait for everyone to get to see the show. I think it's so good. And thank you both so much for talking with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.